Good morning, student. Today our topic name is Media Access Control. Media access control is otherwise called as a multiple access protocol or sometimes called as a MAC protocol. Media access control, multiple access protocol and MAC all are similar term. Now we are going to discuss about media access control. When we need a media access control, when node or station, node is nothing but a computer, station also a computer, so whatever it may be called as a computer or any other devices capable of sending and receiving information. When node or station are connected and use a common link called a multi-point or broadcast link, we need a multiple access protocol to coordinate access to the link. We are using a common link means we need some multiple access protocol. So which link has a priority to send a data and which link has a priority to receive a data and which link have to wait for data transmission. It is decided by some multiple access protocol. The multiple access protocol are categorized into three categories: random access protocol, controlled access protocol, channelization protocol. Now we are going to discuss about random access protocol. After finishing the random access protocol, we are moving to control and channelization protocol. Now we are going to discuss about random access protocol. In this protocol, we have ALOGA and CSMA is nothing but a carrier sense multiple access, and CSMA CD is nothing but a carrier sense multiple access. Collision detection, the CSMA CA is nothing but a carrier sense multiple access and collision avoidance. What is mean by collision? Before we are going to discuss about this ALOGA and CSMA, we are going to discuss about what is mean by collision. There is a collision if more than one node or one device try to send a data at same time. For example, this is a multiple link, multiple system here connected at a single link. Suppose the system A and B wants to send a data at the same time, the collision is occur. System C and D wants to send a data at the same time, the collision is occur. So the collision if more than one node try to send a data at same time, whether it may be a wired node is collision is possible and a wireless node is also collision is possible. In random access otherwise called as a contention method, there is no station is act as a superior to another station and none is assigned control over to another. Here there is no primary and secondary station. Each station is act as a primary station. No station permit or does not permit another station to send at each instance. A station that has a data to send use a procedure defined by the protocol to make a decision on whether or not to send. The decision depends on the state of the medium, whether it may be idle, the station has to send the data. Whether it is busy, the station has to wait for some time. Random access method, we have the ALOGA, carrier sense multiple access, CSMA CD and CSMA CA. Now we are going to discuss about the ALOGA method. The ALOGA, the earliest random access method, was developed in the University of Hawaii on early 1970. It was designed for radio communication, radio wireless LAN, but it can be used on any shared media. Nowadays, any shared media using the ALOGA technology. In pure ALOGA, the original ALOGA protocol is called as a pure ALOGA. The idea is that each station send a frame whenever it has a frame to send. However, since there is only one channel to share, there is a possibility of collision between frame from different stations. The original ALOGA, whenever it has a frame to send, is going to send. At the same time, the two or more devices are connected in same link A and B and C and so on. The A and B, since the medium is free, it has to send a data that during the time what is going to happen, the collision is going to happen. Pure Alaga is an example of pure Alaga diagram. The station 1, station 2, station 3 and station 4. Station 1 sending 2 frame, station 2 sending 2 frames, station 3 also sending a 2 frame, station 4 also sending a 2 frame. Station 1 sending the first frame. Station 1 sending the figure shows that each station send 2 frames. There are total 8 frames on a shared medium. Some of the frames are collide because multiple frames are in contention for the shared channel. Only 2 frames are surveyed. Which frame? The station 1 second frame and station 3 first frame only is not affected by the collision. Only 2 frame is not affected by the collision is station 1 second frame. The station 3 first frame is not affected by the collision. In pure Alaga protocols relies on acknowledgement from the receiver. When a station sends a frame, it expects the receiver to send an acknowledgement. If the acknowledgement does not arrive after the timeout period, the station resends the frame. Slotted Alaga. Here, the slotted Alaga, we divide the time into slots of seconds and force a station to send only at the beginning of the time slot. Here we see the diagram. The time is divided into 6 slots: slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4, slot 5, slot 6. Suppose in first slot, the station 1 has to send a data. The station 2 is idle, station 3 has not sent a data, station 4 has not sent a data, and the station 2 also has not sent a data. In slot 2, in beginning of slot 2, the station 1 does not send any data. The station 2 wants to transmit, the station 3 wants to transmit. Here there is a collision because at a time station 2 and station 3 trying the same slot. There is a collision duration, and also the time slot 3, the station 1 wants to send a data. In slot 3, station 2 nothing to send, station 3 nothing to send, the station 4 has to send. You used to optimize the slot 3. Here there is collision between station 4 and station 1. In slot 4 there is no collision because station 2 only send the data. In slot 5 there is no collision because station 4 only send the data. In slot 6 there is no collision, only station 3 optimize the slot 6. Next, CSMA is nothing but a carrier sends multiple access, requires that each station first listen to the medium before sending. In other words, CSMA is based on the principle sends before transmit. It wants to transmit, it sends the medium is free. If it is free, it can start the transmission. If it is busy, it is waiting for a particular period of time. CSMA can reduce the possibility of collision, but it cannot eliminate. It is categorized into one persistent CSMA, non-persistent and P-persistent. There is some difference between one persistent, non-persistent and P-persistent. You see the diagram of one persistent and non-persistent. In one persistent, the station sends the channel, whether it may be busy or not. Suppose if it is busy, busy is true, is going to again sends the channel. Suppose it is not busy, it is idle, means the station can transmit in one persistent time. We just note it, whether the channel is busy, again is going to sense the channel. Whether the channel is not busy, is going to transmit in one persistent. In non-persistent, whether the channel is busy, is going to wait randomly, then is going to sense the channel. This is very important. There is some difference between one persistent and non-persistent. In one In one persistent there is no waiting method. In non-persistent there is some waiting method here. If station is not busy, it is going to transmit. What is meant by P-persistent? The P-persistent approach combines the advantage of other two strategies. It reduces the chance of collision and improve efficiency. The next CSMA CD, carrier sense multiple access collision detection. It is mainly used in wired Ethernet. For wireless, we are using the CSMA CA method. In wired technology, we are using the CSMA CD. It is mainly used in Ethernet. CSMA CD arguments the algorithm to handle the collision. In this method, a station monitors the medium after it sent a frame to see if the transmission was successful. It is a monitor medium. After it is going to send the frame, it is also sends the transmission, whether it is maybe collision or success. If so, station is finished. If however there is a collision, the frame is sent again. Carrier sends. The example diagram. Is anyone transmitting data? Yes. Do not transmit. There is no one transmit the data. No. You are going to transmit in multiple access. Devices are connected. In collision detect, B and C same time is want to transmit. The collision is occur between B and C. Then computer AI has a transmission priority because there is no collision is between A and B. Now this time for A is going to transmit a B. 1. If medium is idle, transmit, otherwise step 2. If medium is busy, wait until idle, then transmit with the P equal to 1 is a persistent 1. If collision is detected, transmit before a jamming signal, abort, transmit. Suppose if you detect the collision means we are transmitting the jamming signal to each and every devices. Carrier sense, we have A and B and C D system, 4 system, multiple access, A and D at the same time wants to transmit. There is a collision occur between the C area, then collision detection. The jam, when a collision occurs, each node that is transmitting will continue to transmit for a short time to ensure that all devices see this collision. Because purpose of jam signal, all the devices should aware about the collision. The collision of the first bit in the CSMA CD, each station continues to send a bit in the frame until detects the collision. They are sending the first bit. Here they are in C side, they are detect the collision. The next one is CSMA CA. It is used in wireless network. CSMA CA is nothing but a carrier sense multiple access with collision avoidance. In this protocol, the station before sending the data sense that there is any other transmission from other station for a particular period. The particular periods are measured by special timers as called as a network allocation vector. Is otherwise called as a NAV. In our textbook, we see some NAV response from the receiver. It is nothing but a particular period measured by the timer called network allocation vector. The operation remains the same, the CSMA CD, except the waiting time. There are two timers involved in this process. First one is DIFS, distributed coordinated function interframe space timer. Other one is short interframe space timer. So important timer in CSMA CA. One is DIFS. It is then permitted to transmit a frame. If the station finds that the medium is continuously idle for DIFS duration, it is then permitted to transmit a frame. If the channel is found busy during the DIFS interval, the station should defer. It's nothing but postpone the transmission. If in DIFS phase, the station is idle, is going to transmit. in DIFS space, the station is busy, is going to postpone the transmission. What is meant by SIFS? Short interference space is the amount of time microsecond required for wireless interface to process a received frame and to respond a response frame. This is a simple diagram. In DIFS space, we should find out it is ideal. I am sending the RTS is nothing but a request to send. In SIFS space, they are sending the CTS is nothing but a clear to send. After I am sending the data in the SIFS space, after receiving the acknowledgement, again I am going to send the request to send. Before sending a frame to source station, sends the channel for the period of DIFS. If the channel is found ideal for the entire period of DIFS, then the sender sends the control frame RTS request to send. The receiver takes some time for processing the received frame and to respond. This time is referred to as SIFS. Then the receiver responds with the control frame CTS clear to send. Other stations are not allowed to sense the channel during this period. It is a diagram of the wireless transmission. These system are postpone the transmission. This system is going to postpone the transmission because in between these two systems are involved in data transmission with the help of RTS and CTS is nothing but a request to send and clear to send. The next access method is controlled access in multiple access protocol. In controlled access, station consult one another to find which station has a right to send. A station cannot send data unless it has been authorized by other station. We will discuss three controlled access methods: reservation, polling, and token passing. In reservation is act as a simple bus reservation system or train reservation system. In the reservation method, a station needs to make a reservation before sending the data. So I want to book a train means I want to book some reservation. Then I can travel the train and reach the reservation. The same thing happening in networking also. Time is divided into interval. Each interval, a reservation frame precedes the data frame sent that in interval. If there are n stations in the system, there are exactly n reservation mini slots in the reservation frame. Each mini slot belongs to a station. You see the diagram. We have the 5 stations: station 1, station 2, station 3, station 4, station 5. In first time slot, the station 1 and station 3 and station 4 is going to reserve the time slot for the data transmission. In second time slot, the station 1, only one station is going to occupy the slot 2. It perform the data transmission. It is a reservation method. The next one is polling workers with topology in which one device designated as a primary station and other device are secondary station. The primary normally primary station means it has a control over the link. Secondary station responds to the primary station. That is a major work of the any secondary station. The primary station, it has the control over the link. All the data exchange must be made through the primary device, even when the ultimate destination is a secondary device. The primary device control over the link. The secondary device follow the instruction from the primary device. The primary device to determine which device is allowed to use a channel at given time. We can use here two methods: select and poll. So select method is used for the transmission of the packet, transmission of a frame or information. The poll method is used for receiving of the information. The primary device therefore is always the initiator of the session. This method uses a poll and select function to prevent collision. The select function is used whenever the primary device has something to send. Remember that the primary control the link if the primary is neither sending or receiving data. The primary must alert the secondary to the upcoming transmission and wait for an acknowledgement of the secondary ready status before sending the data. The primary creates and transmits a select frame, one field of which includes the address of intended secondary. You see the diagram. The primary devices send a select frame to the system B. After getting the acknowledgement from the system B, the primary station perform the data transmission. After getting the acknowledgement for the positive data transmission, then next the primary station send a data to the secondary station. It is a receiver side. First the primary station sending the polling frame to the system A is sending the negative acknowledgement because there is no data to send. Suppose the secondary devices has here no data for the primary station is sending the negative acknowledgement frame. The next the primary station send the poll to the station B. The station B send the data to the primary station because it has a data, then primary station send the acknowledgement. The selected poll method. The next method is very interesting, is a token passing method. We have the token is passing to every other each station. There is called as a predecessor and successor. In this method, a special packet is called as a token circulates through the ring. Set token method we are using. I am using the token. I perform the transmission in system 1. Then release the token. The system 2 has a data to send means it utilizes the token. Then it release the token to the system 4. The system 4 has a data means it utilizes the token. Otherwise, it left the token to the system number 3. In this method, the possession of the token gives the station to the right to access the channel and send its data. When the station has some data to send, it waits until it receives the token from the predecessor. It then hold the token and send its data. When the station has no more data to send, it release the token and passing to the next logical station. The station cannot send the data until it receives the token again in the next round. In this process, when a station receives a token and has no data to send, it just passes the data to the next station. The next technology is channelization. Here we are going to discuss about frequency division multiple access, time division multiple access, and code division multiple access. The channelization is a multiple access method in which the available bandwidth of the link shared time, frequency, or through code among different stations. In this section, we will discuss the 3 channelization. In first, frequency division multiple access is available bandwidth is divided into sum of the frequency band. So whatever the available bandwidth is going to divide the bandwidth to the each and every station. Each station is allocated a band to send the data. In other words, each band is reserved for a specific station and it belongs to a station at all the time. You should heard about the FM station. The Suryan FM is come from 93.5 and Hello FM is 100.3. It is allocated band for the station. FDMA specifies a predetermined frequency band for entire period of communication. In Suryan FM, only one 93.5 frequency band only. If you tune the 93.5 frequency, we should hear the Suryan FM. If you tune the 100.3 means you should hear the Hello FM. This is fixed band for the entire period of communication. In real example, AM or FM radio broadcasting, walkie-talkie for the closed group user. In police station, the inspector and SI are using the walkie-talkie method. It is based on the frequency division multiple access. Here, this is time, this is frequency. Here, we are dividing the frequency into a bands. All the station the frequency division multiple, the available bandwidth of the common channel is divided into band that are separated by some the dot band. In time division multiple access, the station share the bandwidth of the channel in time. Each station is allocated a time slot during which it can send the data. Each station transmit its data in assigned in a time slot. We already discussed the token passing method. Is same like as a time division multiple access. In time division multiple access allows multiple station radio component listen and broadcast only in assigned time slot. Example of time division multiplexing: personal digital cellular and second generation global GSM is a best example of time division multiple access. Then code division. Nowadays we are using the mobile technology. All the mobile technologies follow the, particularly Jio is following the code division multiple access. The code division multiple access differ from FDMA in that only one channel occupies the entire bandwidth of the link. It differs from time division multiple access in that all the stations can send the data simultaneously. There is no time sharing. Here we are using the technology called chip technology. CDM is based on coding theory. Each station is assigned to a code which is sequence of numbers is called as a chips. CDMA network allow for a greater number of users, meaning their capacity is greater than a GSM network. Nowadays, if you see your mobile specification, it is based on CDMA and also GSM. Moreover, CDMA is the infrastructure on which all the 3G network are based for both GSM and CDMA carrier. Thank you.